Good morning and welcome back into WDHN Daytime. With us this morning is an author that you might already know. He's been on Daytime once before. Danny Lampkin joining us this morning. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me, Joseph.
So, first of all, one of the first books you read. This is your third book that you've got coming out now. But your second book, you came on Daytime and told us a little more about it. It was What Was It Really Like? And it takes readers into your own life about when you joined the military on 9/11 in 2001. How has that been since that book released, and what has it been like? Some of the feedback you've gotten.
Well, first of all glory to God for giving me the talent to write. It's been great. What Was It Really Like is actually my top seller now. I've done Montgomery, book signings, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and they loved it so much that I actually put it on audiobook now. It's actually on audiobook now, ebook as well, Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. I mean, and also for your third book, what brought you really into writing this?
So, and I want everyone to hear this. Joseph, at our last interview, you asked the question whether or not I plan on writing another book, to which I told you the only reason why I would write another book is if I had content. Well, now I have content. What most people don't realize is that when it comes to the co-parenting conundrum in America, most people think about the unfit mother or, you know, the so-called deadbeat father. Well, what most people don't talk about is the narcissistic parent. For example, if a mother can look their child in the eye and say, well, your daddy just left because he just up and left, that's almost always a half-truth. And I wrote this book for the forbearing parent. I wrote this book for the narcissistic parent, the absent parent, and that abandoned child who for years were told half-truths about the other parent. The underlying reason why I wrote it was to expose the corruption of the family court system, the child custody system, and the child support system, that are currently ripping apart people's families. Joseph, I believe that this book needs to be in every home, 100%.
So the book title, Strong Enough for a Man, but Made for a Woman. And I wanted to ask you about it, will it take us through some of the same stories that we might have heard from your last book, but more focus on a different lens towards the family way and how maybe going through the military can impact your family?
This book is a lot of things. I took my own personal experiences being in the family court system for really my entire adult life. I interviewed several single mothers. I interviewed several single fathers. You familiar with Judge O'Brown? His interview is in there as well. And I wrote it in such a way that really it reads kind of like a novel in certain parts. But I kind of wanted to bring enlightenment to the masses tape. What's it really like when it comes to the family court system? Because we're being indoctrinated to believe that the family court system is in the best interest of the child. When you read this book, you'll see specifically Social Security Act Title 4D, you'll see where it's really a money thing.
And also, too, we know that you have a book signing coming up tomorrow at the Ozark Civic Center. Can you just tell us more about that and what's going to be happening tomorrow? Yeah,
so this Saturday, December 14th, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., I will be at the Ozark Civic Center in Ozark, Alabama, where I will be conducting book signing and meet and greet for my new book. I'll have all three of my books there on sale, so Wiregrass, come on out. And there will be merchandise vendors there, as well as food vendors, live music, and craft vendors. So it should be very eventful.
So I want to go back to something you said earlier. You said this should be in every single family's homes. And I feel like it'll truly speak to a lot of people that may have been in the family court system. But what makes you think that it needs to be in every home? What aspect of it really brings that to people's tables?
This world is comprised of single parents, happily married folks, divorced folks, people who have had children out of wedlock that is currently going through the system or don't know what to do in the system in that situation. Even if you're happily married, everyone's spouse is one decision away from making that decision to basically separate. And so when children are involved, what now? And so I advise anyone who's going through the system who don't know mother or father, don't let the cover of this book fool you. It is not gender biased. It is for men and women to read. And I truly believe I put my heart and soul in every sentence. I'm so passionate about this book. What Was It Really Like was my favorite book, but now this one is my favorite book because it hits home.
Well, we're always told not to judge a book by its cover, so we hear that all the time. So hopefully people will take that into account. Well, I enjoyed your second book. I loved What Was It Really Like. I look forward to reading this one as well.
This one is yours. I already signed it.
I can't wait. Well, if you want a copy of yours, you can go to the Ozark Civic Center. That's going to be tomorrow, Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and you can get yourself a copy. Mr. Lampkin, thank you for coming on Daytime and tell us a little more about it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.